if there is a reason to sort of parse metallurgy
Yeah.
from material science, what's fundamentally metallurgical engineering?
Okay. Although I do believe that they both should be taught together, but metallurgy is about metals, and essentially, it's about extracting the metal from the naturally given ore, right? And then processing that metal into shapes and sizes for final use. So, for example, iron ore. Metallurgy involves choosing the right iron ore, upgrading it to the right concentration, then putting it through furnaces to extract the iron from the iron ore, then refining to the right quality, and then hot forming, cold forming to the shape that you need for making a car, for example.
Okay.
Yeah, or a bridge, for example, or a train, for example, rails, for example. Right. So that is metallurgy. Involves mineral beneficiation, involves chemical engineering and chemical processes for extraction, involves mechanical forming of the materials, involves deep study of lattices and how lattices change, crystal lattices change in the material during physical mechanical forming of the material, and therefore once you've understood that, you design the lattice structure in such a way, and the constituents of the lattice structure in such a way that you get the right hardness, right strength, right toughness, right plasticity in the material. So that's metallurgy.
Okay.
Material science is mostly to do with non-metallic alloys and materials, whose raw material source is not necessarily from the ore, and they're not necessarily dealing with structural properties. They're dealing more with functional properties, such as electronics, such as packaging properties. Traditionally, these two have been kept apart, right? But I do feel that there is no reason for these to be kept apart, right? Why would a person who's doing metallurgy for electric vehicle motors not know how electricity and magnetism is influenced by the size of material in the stator? Traditionally, I would put a sheet of steel in the stator, but we don't need to put a sheet of steel in the stator. We can put a powder in the stator.
Correct.
To think in those terms, you need to break the silos between metallurgy and materials.